All right, everybody. Welcome. Go ahead and put your name, city, and state in the chat space. Put your name, city, and state in the chat space as we go ahead and get ready to get started with today's show. Hello, everybody. Hello. I pray that you guys are having an incredible day on today. My name is Taria Vision Avant, and this is another edition of Wealthy Wednesdays. Now, we got to do a little impromptu because, baby, I didn't know if Ericka's going to make it on today, but she is here and she is ready to share the good news. And so we're going to have to make sure that we have her in frame and all that stuff, but it's no big deal. I love to be able to do stuff like this. Honestly, guys, this is us having real conversations with real people about real life situations. And so we're going to be bringing her on in a few, but do me a favor, just so that I can know if you, I'm rearranging stuff over here in the office, but just so that I can know that you guys can hear me loud and clear, do me a favor and go ahead and type into that chat space. Let us know what city and state, darling, that you guys are chiming in from, or country. I know you might have some international people, or we may have some international people watching, so please go ahead and put your city and state in the chat. We have Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca, out of Pleasanton, California. Hello, darling. How are you doing? Make sure you go ahead and put your city and state in the chat. And then also I want to do something a little bit different. I want you, after you have put your city and state in the chat space, let us know like what you do. So I want you to type what we like to call in Book Profits Club your help statement. So not your titles and all those amazing accolades that you have before and after your name, but really let us know who do you help and how do you help them. So I want you to go ahead and say, I help ABC to XYZ. ABC would be your target audience. XYZ would be the transformation. So go ahead and put that in the chat space as well. We have Dr. Kamika out of Decatur, Georgia in the house. Hello. Welcome. And so guys, please put your city and state and let us know what you do, because you never know, we might pop you up on the screen. And the reason why I want to incorporate this is because a lot of times we have so many different men and women from all over the world that are watching these live broadcasts, and you just never know if they're looking for the services that you provide. So this is an opportunity to network amongst many of our viewers that are watching, whether you're watching the live or the replay, darling. So listen, normally I would throw this commercial on. Hopefully the commercial will play. Lord Jesus, we're going to see. If it don't play, Chad, then I'm just going to have to improvise. But normally I would play this commercial in the middle of the show, but so that we can go ahead and get the frameworks up. If we can, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to play this commercial now. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hey, Charmaine out of Ellenwood, Georgia. Hello. Dr. Kamika says, I teach women how to properly grieve and heal through writing. Amen. So I'm going to play this commercial real quick, and then we will be ready to rock and roll. I hope. Fingers crossed. All right. Oh, Lord, the commercial ain't on there. So, okay, we just going to have to. Oh, Lord, I love technology, but I love technology at the same time. I ain't going to say nothing bad about it. But let me go ahead and just set up her frames. Guys, as you go ahead and type in the chat space and letting us know exactly what city and state that you guys are chiming in from, I'm so excited to have you guys here on today. I know for a fact that you guys are going to have your lives impacted and changed for real, for shizzle. And so I'm going to get ready to bring on the young lady who we're going to be interviewing. And then we just might have to kind of, fix the frame. That's fine. We just going to do it while we're live. It just is what it is. I like to do my best to try to be on time for these shows. And plus, right after today, we're going to be doing live book reviews at 7:45 Eastern Standard Time. So we got to get this show rolling, right? So let me go ahead and introduce you to our guest speaker. Ericka Majors is a native of Sacramento, California. After serving in the Army, she settled in Atlanta, Georgia, where she's been for the last 20 plus years. Ericka Majors is an educator, mother of 4, nana of 2, entrepreneur, and business owner. She believes in making time for her family and friends, relaxing, and a good nature outing. Hello? Yes. Although she has many degrees, the most important one she didn't have was in herself. She didn't know how the freedom she sought for this country would also be the freedom she would need to fight for internally. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, nearly 1 in 5 U.S. adults live with mental illness. So listen, today Ericka Majors is here to talk just about that topic. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ericka Majors. Honey, I don't even know if y'all was staring at me the whole time or staring at the screen, but child, we gonna make this interview rock. So Ericka, scooch on over to the left for me. And yes, perfect.
Uh,
What? Okay, but no, not the camera. I want you to scoot to the left. So you physically scoot to the left so that we can make sure that we have her set up right. Okay, awesome. Okay, so y'all, this is how we do sometimes. You know, you got to do these things sometimes when we are live. And I am just so thrilled, again, as I stated, to have Ericka on today. And so we're going to go ahead and have her to introduce herself. I know we gave like a slight bio, but Ericka, if you could tell us, like, how did you get into the space of where you are today, and a little bit about what we're going to be talking about on today. So everybody, let's give it up for Ericka Major.
Thank you so much, Miss Taria. I really appreciate this opportunity to share my story, how I came about in this space. As you read in my bio, I am a veteran of the United States Army. And a lot of my experiences that brought me to this point is what happened to me in the military. So when the idea came to do a collaboration book, because of course this is from the book that was just completed, The Ultimate Guide to Unapologetic Mental Health, I thought it was perfect for me to be a part of this project to share in my story. And so I'm just super excited to be here today to again be able to share with everyone the journey that's been going on up until this point.
Oh, well, I love it. Thank you so much. And so real quick, I'm just going to make sure I fix this other thing, y'all. Listen, we got to do it. It's just, this is crazy. But okay, here we go. I think, do we have the right one? Yes. Okay, so that is awesome. And yes, we just came out with an incredible collaborative book, and we're going to have more conversations about that. And so now I think we are side to side. So if you could, Ericka, scoot over to the left. Don't move the camera. You just scoot over to the left. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. Okay, perfect. You look great, darling. So, again, we're talking about mental health, and shucks, you actually talked about something I think that's also important, just coming from the military and just having an understanding of how many men and women who come from this space of the military, even dealing with mental health issues, dealing with challenges, and being able to move forward. So we just launched this book on mental health, and I want to know, why did you make a decision that you wanted to really share your story and be able to inspire and hopefully impact the lives of others who are dealing with what you've experienced?
And that is a great question. I believe I wanted to share this story simply because it was time for me to do it. I didn't realize at the moment, but because of how things have transpired in my life and not really understanding that it was a result of the experience I had in the military, again, when the idea came to do this collaboration, I just felt like it was time. It was time for me to share this story, time for me to also just get another release on everything, like I said, that's happened.
Absolutely. Listen, I think some of the most therapeutic things that we can also do is to share our story, right? And share it with other people so that they can also feel how they can relate to it. And I want to shout out everybody. Of course, it's in the chat space. Let's see here. We have, of course, let me see, Dr. Kamika. Let me see, Charmaine. Look at this. I help military connected families feel heard and seen in books. Hey. We have Ramon. He says, I am so proud of you, Ericka Majors. Love you. Who is that? Who is Ramon Preston?
That's my spiritual father.
All right, I love it. Hello, hey pops, what's going on? And so definitely, I want to shout out those of you guys who are in the chat. So Ramon, Lord, Erica. So today we are talking about this title, right? And the title is all about healing. What made you? Because we ask everybody that comes on board that we're interviewing to pick a title that they want to share. What made you decide on this particular title about healing?
Honestly, this title came to me um, in a dream. I guess I was thinking about the book, and it just came to me those words of "Let the healing begin," because I believe that doing a book like this will allow people to see others, especially being that it is a collaboration book and a journal. It allows people to see others who may, deal with similar situations possibly, and to know that if they are sharing their story and things that they're doing to be able to deal with, their specific mental challenge, then they probably can do the same thing, whatever those things are that helps them to get through their mental challenges. Again, it's an opportunity for them to resonate with the writers of this book.
Very good. Absolutely. And, one of the things that we also talk about is mindset and development and growth, right? So we wrote this book. We came together with this book on mental health, and it's an amazing book. It also has some really cool things that you could do with it. So we would encourage you guys to make sure that you get a copy. And of course, Ericka is going to tell you guys how you can contact her to get a copy. Hopefully you got a copy of the book so you can show it. But if not, that's cool. We're going to share that. Okay. I'll just making sure. Hold on. We're going to pop it up there in a second. So what's special about this particular book and this collaborative project is that we didn't only have just the information. There's some journaling areas in there. There's places where you can journal, because I do believe that it is important that when you are on this journey of developing yourself in the mental space and battling the mental challenges of this world, that we journal, that we do exercises, that we work through our brain and stuff. I mean, honey, we live in a space right now where a lot of stuff is just automated for us. And so the process of thinking does take work. And so you talk about developing a growth mindset. Why is it important that you think, especially when somebody that is dealing with mental wellness, I won't say mental issues, but necessarily mental wellness, why is it important for them to develop a growth mindset?
I actually love how you changed that word to mental wellness, because even in thinking about having a growth mindset is thinking about the words that we use. And when, again, in dealing with this um, wellness, I'll call it that, in dealing with this wellness, um, having a growth mindset means that you're open to ways of dealing and coping with the challenges that you have. And so having a growth mindset says I'm going to be open to possible ways of dealing with this, because some people may not have ever spoken about their mental health challenge. And so being able to have a growth mindset says I'm going to be open to possibly journaling, or seeking a therapist, or whatever, going for a nature walk, whatever allows you to cope or to deal with what's going on. Then again, having that growth mindset just basically keeps you open to the idea of coping mechanisms.
That's good. That is good. Absolutely, guys. I agree with that. And if you hear something that's a quotable moment, make sure that you definitely type that in the chat space. And I see we have some really, really great people plugging in that also know you, Ericka. And so that is awesome to see. Now, we wrote this book on mental health. I would like to know, outside of us discussing this and your professional business and career, who is Ericka Majors outside of business?
Outside of business, Ericka Majors is a fun loving woman who just seeks to make an impact in whatever way that is. Something that I always do is smile, as you can see. Even if I was upset, I would still probably be smiling. But just again, a person who just seeks to make an impact, and a positive impact at that. And so just wanting to be a person that someone could, possibly glean from, in maybe possibly doing business, or, just anything else. But, of course, you have to have that fun, loving side, and not all business, right? And so that's who Ericka is. She's just a fun loving woman who, again, seeks to impact the individuals that she comes in contact with.
Absolutely. Come on now, fun loving. And definitely she has a great, great energy about her, which makes it easy for us to be able to just talk and have this conversation. Well, look, Ericka, we're going to come back to you and I'm going to challenge you. I want you to find a place in the book, in your chapter. I want you to read something from your book. So go ahead and find that in a minute as I get ready to talk. And so I put her on the spot, y'all. So we're going to see what she comes up. I want her to share one of her favorite moments in the book with us, because this book just came out. And so we want to encourage every single person here that is watching and hearing Ericka's amazing story to get a copy from her. But real quick, I want to make sure, normally we'd have a little commercial chat. Let me tell you something. I don't even know what's going on over here, but we love it. We love it. And one thing I will tell you, I went to school for computer science. I went to Hampton University, and shout out to all of my HBCUs watching. Hello. Yes. And as a computer science major, I think one of the things that I learned how to do was really be good at problem solving, right? And also not allowing myself to get really emotionally attached to what's taking place in the process. And so while, listen, literally over here, I know you'll see one of our amazing interviewees, Suzanne Peters. Her frame was popped up, and I did all this stuff before. I don't know what the heck is going on, but we pushed through. And one thing I can tell you about life is that no matter what happens in life, when you make a decision to do something great, there's always going to be distractions and challenges. And I have made it my business to not allow myself to be affected by the distractions and challenges in a way that will cause me to give up. I made a decision to push through whenever I go through something, because a lot of times when you push through, what happens is on the other side, you become a better person. And so I definitely want to thank Ericka for being here, and apologize for us having some of the challenges, but you know what? It is what it is. And that's important, because guess what? We're talking about mental health today. Imagine how many people allow small little things that may happen, and for them, it's not small. It's a big doggone deal, and how it can affect us mentally. I think that God set us up on today to see, let me see what you're going to do, especially with this topic of conversation. And hopefully we have done well. Again, for those of you guys who are just tuning in, we're interviewing Ericka Majors, and we're going to come back to her in just a minute as she's going to read something from her brand new book, which is a book all about mental health. It is a journal. It has a lot, and it's a collaborative book that we put together. But I want to share with you guys, we have the Author All Stars website. If you go to authorallstars.com, you can go there and see all of our previous interviews on Wealthy Wednesdays, okay? These are amazing authors, speakers, coaches from all over the nation. Also, recently, last year, we launched our magazine, the Author All Stars magazine. Boop, boop, boop. This magazine has touched the hands of many major media outlets, many TEDx conference hosts, many people that are international. In fact, we took this magazine to South Africa, and it displays some of our amazing authors. Very soon, though, so we're going to tell you guys, very soon, we're going to be opening up the opportunity for you guys to be a part of the 2023-2024 edition. But for the remainder of this year of 2023, this magazine is going everywhere that I go and further. We're taking it to Italy. I'm going to be speaking in Italy in a couple of months. So I'm so excited about being able to bring this magazine international. To stay up to date on everything that we have going on, make sure that you go to Author All Stars. Stars is plural. So author, singular, allstars.com is where you want to go to see all of our previous interviews, as well as connect with some of our amazing authors that are out there, okay? We also have a list of speakers. So if you're looking for speakers for your conferences, you're looking for coaches, we have listed some of our amazing Book Profits Club members there on the Author All Stars website. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get back to this because we are interviewing the incredible and amazing author Ericka Majors, and she's going to be sharing with us a little bit about from her book. So I'm going to see if Ericka is ready. Let's go ahead and bring her back up. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, darling. So did you find something that you can read from the book?
I found something. Yes.
Yay! Okay, I put her on the spot. She didn't know I was going to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and let you explain to us what you're reading from, and go ahead and read and reflect. So the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. So one part in here that I chose was it was a question asked, what do you think is one main misconception that people have about your specific mental battle? And one main misconception I think people have about my mental battle is that it may not come off as genuine simply because I mask what actually happened or what has happened to me. Because for a long time, I was in denial of what I was dealing with. And actually, no one knew what I was dealing with until recently. So I began to tell my story within the past few years. So for almost 20 plus years, this has been a secret. And so a lot of people don't take it seriously just because I've been able to mask and smile right through it. As I said before, my smile sometimes can make it appear as though everything is good. But there were times when I was dealing, with some moments that happened. And, of course, it goes into detail in the book. But I shared that part of the misconception simply because people may not know what you're battling simply because you're not showing it. And so when you're away from them, that's when you pretty much can, let down and let go of what's really going on. But it's almost like when you're in front of people, you have to, put on your game face, if you will. And so I believe that sometimes people won't take you saying that you have a mental challenge simply because, oh, she's smiling. How is that possible? But there are some things that, like I said, for 20 years, I never shared with anybody. And so until this book came about, this was not something I was talking about. I now share the story, but again, there's people that are probably listening right now who have things that they haven't shared or, have been dealing with. And so, again, I chose that part simply because, like I said before, there's just a misconception to think that, oh, you're not really dealing with anything because of the expression on your face or how they see you interacting. And so it just leads me to say that you have to be careful with how you deal with people because you just never know what they're dealing with.
Ericka, you dropped so many nuggets on what you just shared in so many different ways. First of all, of course, because I'm sure there's so many people right now, and if you can relate, go ahead and type that in the chat space. But if you can relate, maybe masking something for a very long time, because a lot of us, depending upon where you grew up, you might have been taught, you got to keep on going. You got to keep pushing. This too shall pass. And we get a lot of scriptures and things that we feel crazy for feeling, which is crazy, right? But then it's funny because it's like, as you were sharing this, there are some people who I feel like purposefully will do the opposite because they want attention, right? Not pointing any fingers, but I also know that there has to be a healthy balance. And so what I see from a lot of people is that either they're really good at masking it, or the world is just, everything is on top of them. It's over. You ask them how they doing, they say, I'm just getting by. It's nothing positive, right? And I think what we have to learn as a community of what we need to do here is how to be able to bring it to the middle, right? We still need to be able to address the things that we're dealing with, the feelings that we have, but then at the same time, how can we continue to push forward? And so if I could, I do want to ask you, if you want to give us a tip, and then I'm also going to ask you to share your website so we can add that in. But if you could give us a tip, because it's one thing to be able to master something, but to do it for 20 years and continue to keep pushing through, being in the military, doing all the things that you had to do, but still battling it. And so if you could give an additional tip, maybe to someone right now that's saying, you know what, okay, I hear what you're saying, Ericka, I've been masking, or I've been maybe on the other side, but I want to start working towards healing. What would be that tip that you want to give to them about working towards the healing?
That's a great question. Because like you said, being in the military, you're just expected to just keep moving, and not uh, become one with your feelings. And so, one tip that I would give, and something that I do every day, is it's called beautiful self-talk. Now, some people call them affirmations, but I call it beautiful self-talk because it's a conversation that you're having with yourself, but what you're doing is you're saying things that will take it allows you to think differently about yourself. So, for instance, I may say, I am successful. I am a winner. I am, the greatest version of myself. I have compassion for people. Whatever your affirmation is or beautiful self-talk, this is something that you should do every day and as often as you can. Because what happens is your mind will start to tell you things that's opposite than what you're saying. And so when I do that, when I have that beautiful self-talk, it allows me to take control of what my internal conversation is. So again, if I'm being told, I'm a failure because, I didn't know how to do something, or, you might have been heard or told in school that you'll never grow to be anything. Well, if you're constantly having that beautiful self-talk, then you can overpower those those negative conversations that are happening. But again, this is something that you have to do all the time. The moment that it happens, you got to take control of it. And so that is one thing that I would definitely recommend to those who may have challenges, is just to have those conversations and have it often.
Come on now, conversations. Listen, Ericka, I am with you. If I could touch you right now, we would touch and agree, because I am with you on being positive. That's what, like, the smallest things, Ericka. And I know that you live by this principle as well. Like, if I'll typically ask people, "Hey, how you doing today?" And most of us, we're so used to being so down in I'm tired, I'm sick. I'm all right. I'm all right. When I always literally say I'm doing amazing. I could literally have just been crying, Ericka. I could have been snotty nose, everything. You don't even, eyes bloodshot red because I was crying so hard. But if somebody asks me how I'm doing, I understand it doesn't mean that necessarily everything is perfect in my life, but I do also know that what I say about myself to myself consecutively over a long period of time is how I feel about myself. And so I love what you said, positive self-talk, guys. What's going to happen if you say that I'm doing amazing and maybe you're not necessarily feeling the most amazing, but because you say it, it allows you to see things differently? If you're, who does that hurt? It hurts nobody. In fact, Ericka, I could probably even ask you, by you doing this and having that positive self-talk, if somebody sees you out and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm doing great." Have you ever noticed how sometimes people, it'll like switch them up too? Like, "Oh, right?" And so
Yeah.
I've even had people where they'll say, "You know what? I'm going to start saying that too." It's so important, guys, that we have to be very conscious about that. It doesn't mean that life is perfect. It just means that every single day we're busy lifing and taking responsibility for how we respond to things that we're dealing with. Well, Ericka, real quick, if you could share with us, how can we get your book? How can we get in contact with you? What do you got for us? Where we need to go?
All right. Thank you so much. Once again, before I even share that, I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. I appreciate you allowing me to come here and share my story. So, how you can get in touch with me on Instagram, it's I am Major Moves. I am Major Moves. The link to purchase my book is in that bio. On Facebook, it's Ericka Majors. Again, you'll see the link to purchase the book in the bio. And again, just connect, reach out. I do also, as part of in connection with the book, have some consulting um, opportunities or available should anyone need further assistance. So definitely just reach out and I would be more than happy to assist you.
Please, y'all, go hit Ericka up on Instagram. Make sure that you hit her up, or on Facebook. Just search her name. Make sure to connect with her. Get a copy of her book, the journal. Go ahead, put that book in the screen one more time, so they can see it. Y'all need to see this. It's fly. You know what I'm saying? Not because we did it, but I'm just telling you, it's a really, really.
Where'd it go? Need to go that way.
The Unapologetic Guide to Mental Health, guys. So make sure that you grab a copy of that, and definitely be sure to follow up with Ericka. Well, listen, it has been a privilege and a pleasure to have another incredible interview. And through it all, I think that, again, like I said, I think it was perfect that, we have such a positive person in Ericka to be on this show, just so that y'all can see it. And you know what? I'm going to be honest, y'all. Like, sometimes, can I just say this? Like, a lot of times we're waiting for everything to be so perfect before we actually push through. We're waiting for our life to be perfect. We're waiting for the broadcast to be perfect. We're waiting for the camera to be perfect and the mic to be perfect. But the truth is, guess what? Nothing in life is perfect. And even through the imperfection, you are still perfectly imperfect, and you are qualified to push through. And so I think we're going to push this through the same way. And I really pray that you guys make it your business to reach out to this beautiful, amazing queen. Y'all, my name is Taria Vision Avant. This has been another edition of Wealthy Wednesdays. And guess what? We're going to be back, same time, same place, pushing through it no matter what, on next Wednesday. So until then, you guys have an incredible and blessed day. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.